So in this video we're going to discuss about chart of accounts and how you can see them in the Xero accounting software. Well, basically chart of accounts is each and everything that you can see in front of your accounting software, like all the assets account or the liabilities, the capital, income, expenses, each and everything. So chart of accounts are all the accounts which are in your accounting software in which you will record transactions in. Let's say I have an office expenses, though I will create a separate expense account for an office expense to be included into the chart of accounts, and after recording that account in chart of accounts I will record expenses in that account. Also, if I want to add any kind of plant, machinery, land, business, liabilities, credit cards, any kind of transaction which I have to add into the chart of accounts, I will add those into chart of account first, then I will use those transactions to record any kind of transactions. I purchase a land, so there should be an account in chart of accounts of the name of land, so I can add more transaction to that account. So first of all you have to see is go to the accounting tab and click on, under the advanced section you can see there is an option of chart of accounts. Click on this one. So right now you can see the accounts are coded by number, so you can see the numbers by code. If you click on this, the chart of accounts will be updated based on the number of codes, or you want to see that them by name, so they will be categorized by that, or you can also categorize them by type. So if you want to add any account, so you can click on add account right there. If you want to add a bank account, so there is a separate tab to add a bank account right there. So or if you have chart of account set up in Excel or any other accounting software, you can also import it. Or if you want to export these chart of accounts, or you want to change a Xero accounting software to any other accounting software, so you can add those up. Also, if you want to see the chart of accounts for your businesses as part of specific assets, liabilities, let's say you want to only see there how many assets are there in your business, how many charts of account, how many accounts are there in terms of asset for your business, you can click on assets right there, and all the accounts which are in chart of accounts related to assets will starting to show up for the business. If you want to see that there are how many accounts are there related to revenues, you can click on the revenue part there, and boom, you can see there that there are these chart of account. These are accounts which are related to revenue, which are right in front of you. So I will click on all accounts, so all of the accounts will start showing up right in front of me. So if you want to add account, so you can click on the add account, and you have to decide what account type it is. So what does it mean? Is it an asset, a current asset, fixed asset, inventory, non-current asset? You first have to decide. Let's say I want to add office expenses, so let's take an example. So I will click on overhead right there. So account type is overhead, so I can add up any kind of code right there in front of it. So let's say I will add 078. Okay, so I have to add the name for the transaction for the chart of account which I want to add. So let's say I have to add office expenses for the business, and I have to tell them what is the description for. Well, it's an optional case right there, so it's totally up to you if you want to add up there or not. So I will add general business expenses will be added there. So if I want to add any kind of tax, so normally there are taxes related to some expenses and there are not a lot of taxes related to some expenses, so I will click on tax exempt in this case. So I will click on save, and the chart of account will be created, a new account will be created. So office expenses already there, so we can say office supplies, so they both serve the same case. So right now the office supplies is added. So if you want to see that where the office supplies is, so I can write there office supplies and click on search. So right in front of you, you can see there is an expense name office supply we are just added. The balance for this expense is 0 because currently we didn't record any kind of transaction into this chart of account specifically. So if you want to add any kind of transaction there, so we can create a, click on the plus sign right there, and you can either click on spend money. So we use spend money when we are recording some kind of cash expenses in this case. So we have to first select which bank account we want to add. So let's say we have a checking account which we want to record. In this case, click on next. Okay, so we have to select the date for their description, transaction, and in the account section we have to add the office supplies. So you can see there's an account name office supplies. We have to add, like, let's say in the quantity section 1, and the unit price, let's say we have spent $300 in office supplies, so the amount will be automatically updated. So let's say we purchase some groceries for the business. So we have office related to in some kind of food industry, or we have a restaurant, so that's why we are adding this right there, and we just have to click on save. That's it. That's how you record an expense. So you also have to add something into the to section to add your supplier name. So we have to add a click. If you want to click on the save, then it will record this transaction into your accounting records. And if you want to delete a transaction, you can click on the view transaction, and there's an option right there. If you want to delete it or not, click on options, and you can just click on remove and redo. There you go, the transaction is being removed. So that's how you can use chart of accounts to see current chart of accounts for your business, or you want to add chart of accounts, you can also do that from this section. So that's it for this video. If you need any kind of help regarding Xero, bookkeeping, or financial modeling, you can message me over my email, or you can just book a call over the link over the description. Thank you.